see that Ben Shapiro is like, Disney is trying to make trans people okay, so I'm going to start my own children's programming. Apparently he's got like 100 million in funding for like a children's television show program.
Just one program or like a whole network or what?
I guess programming, I guess.
Programming, multiple programs.
Imagine Jordan Peterson on Sesame Street.
God damn it.
The number of the day is 1488. It's the number of the day.
1792.
1865. That's the number of the day.
The number of the day is the year that Abraham Lincoln
Poland 1938. 1939, I mean.
So it's just like a new kids channel with Ben Shapiro and like Jordan Peterson and like what, like
Dave Rubin.
Could like Gary Vaynerchuk be on there?
Gary V. Okay, you want to fucking be successful? Okay,
Veiny
Is
Gary.
your family fucking dead?
learn your fucking times tables. 8 times 8, 91 or whatever the fuck that is.
His name is Veiny Gary, and he's just a fucking
What is 8 times 8? I
shaft.
literally forgot. Is it 64? Something like that.
What?
Something like that. What's 8 times 8?
64.
64.
It is. I thought it was 91. That's how dumb.
That's 9 times 9.
9 times 9 is 91. We know that.
You gotta use your times tables.
8 times 8 is 60 fucking 4? Literally 64? Shout out to Nemaz. Or Nemaz? I forget his name.
Neiman.
My guy on TikTok who does the best Gary Vee impression. He does this. Okay. Like he's always biting his finger.
I was eating shit for like 17 years, doing tips for free, okay, bro? Like, you just gotta document it,
You think it's a
okay?
good idea to call every single house in America?
Yeah, bro, like, are you making this an NFT?
I'm making this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not making this an NFT.
Okay, bro, like, garage sales.
Nemus
my
Toad.
Yeah, he's the fucking man. Is it Nemaz?
Mr. Nemus.
Ooh. I forget. Neiman Marcus. Shop NeimanMarcus.com.
Neiman Marquez.
Neat guy.
Tony, shut the fuck up real quick.
Sick.
Okay.
I forgot something.
Okay. Yeah. You're always just gonna let me leave you hanging? Then I'm just going to do that.
You gotta say, what'd you forget?
Hey, I was literally about to.
Right, yeah. Don't
Well, now I
rush
gotta start over. Hold on.
No, I'm not doing that. What did you forget, Connor?
What'd you for?
Go ahead.
Forgot to introduce the podcast. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna do that every time. It is.
We'll never stop doing that.
No, it's a war of willpower. I'll never introduce it unless you ask. What did I forget? Ladies and gentlemen,
What'd you forget?
it is Monday, April 3rd, 2022. Welcome to another episode of Woke and Boke. Boom. Episode 133 to be exact. Guess what? I am your host, Connor Boyd. You may know me from TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, perhaps Jaded Forum, perhaps a host of other things. Who fucking knows? You never know what I'm doing in the future. Maybe you look back and you're going back through Woke and Book episodes. Maybe you know me from something else. Who the fuck knows? I am joined, as always, by my best friends from the great gateway to the west, St. Louis, Missouri. Today on the show, we have the very chill, the very macho, the manly, the feminine, Max Sansa. It's on the show today. Max, how the fuck are you, dude?
How's it going?
It's going good, dude.
Rad.
How are you?
Cool.
How's your Saturday been so far?
I woke up about 10 minutes before I turned on my computer.
Half past the tattoo.
Yeah, half past the knife, actually. Yeah.
Well, we're fucking out here. We're also joined
chilling.
by one of the biggest St. Louis sports fans probably in the world. No, it's got to be true, Tony. Absolutely.
No, sir. No, it is.
No, sir. No, sir.
No,
many a
sir.
sports fan come before.
No, sir.
The man with the glasses, the swag, the fucking Vigi Stimmy on deck. We got Tony motherfucking hair up.
Oi.
Oi. Tony, how the fuck are you, mate?
Oi. Yeah, I'm not. I'm injured.
Oh,
Really? What happened?
what'd you
I
do?
don't know. I'm just like I'm feeling sore in my left pectoral, my left breast.
Back on
And I'm also having
background.
a sore neck on the left side.
Damn.
Damn. I've been
It's
having
random.
just
You don't want
general random sores or strains in my chest for the past couple weeks. It's been kind of freaking me out, but not really. It's just kind of like whatever. It's like I don't know.
No,
I need to
you
go
don't
to a
see anyone
doctor
about
at
that?
some point, but you know, I don't think it's like my heart's fucked up or anything.
Don't think it's agent.
I don't think it's agent. Nah. This motherfucker is fucking gay. Like the TikTok Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, I gotta get my hip mobility going, you know, because the sockets is starting to rust up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we all just need to do
Stretching it.
yoga. You know, because I don't stretch. Nearly
Yoga
enough.
and Boke.
I have a
Yoga.
stretch that I do, a YouTube video
Woken
stretch
yoga.
tutorial I do that's fantastic. It's 15 minutes and it's basically full body and it hits everything. And it's not
Send
like
that my
fucking
way.
insane. Yeah, I will.
Good.
It's probably in our watch later on our YouTube account. So
Tight.
you could probably find it.
Woken yoga.
I got to make another folder of just fitness stuff. Listen, y'all, every week we get together and we just catch up as friends. We talk about movies, video games, whatever's interesting us that week. You know, it doesn't matter. It could be fucking anything. You know, sometimes we get into comic book movies, comic books, graphic novels. Sometimes we get into music. Sometimes we get into psychedelics. It's really whatever we're feeling like talking about. Fast food. Sometimes we all love fast food. We all love fast food.
I love fast
Best
food.
type of food. We love it because it's fast. That's why.
Fastest.
But yeah, if you fuck with the show and maybe you're a listener, you can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts. But we would most appreciate if you subscribe to our YouTube. You know, you won't miss a single episode if you do that. You can also join us on our Discord where we hang out all the time. We're always posting and fighting and arguing. Just kidding, not really. You can also follow us on Twitter at Welcome Boke Pod, as well as Instagram at Welcome Boke Podcast to get updates on the podcast every week, and reach out to our Gmail as well, welcomebokepodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and suggestions. And we will read them on the show. And links to all of these are listed in the show description. I wanted to, off what you were saying about yoga, Tony.
Yeah. Yogurt.
I have, you know, this week I was just like, you know, let me try meditation in terms of like dealing with stress and shit like that. And I gotta be honest, I've kind of fallen in love with it. Max put me on to the Wim Hof method like a year ago, which is like basically 3 rounds of 30 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then you hold your breath for 60 seconds, and then you exhale, and then hold that exhale, hold your breath again for about 15 to 20, and then you do another round. You do 3 rounds of that. And it has all these immediate benefits where it oxygenates your brain and it calms you down. It gives you clarity and it makes you feel good and it gets your blood more oxygenated so you have more energy and everything throughout the day. And I always got a kick out of that and it always helped. But I'd never actually done like, all right, let me try and meditate my own way, where I'm not just only breathing. I'm you know, focused and you know, in a quiet place and doing it for longer. And I did it Tuesday. I did it in the morning, and like my first session, I did it for like 30 minutes probably the first time. And then the next day I did it for like 2 30-minute sessions, one in the morning, one after lunch. And then I've done that basically the last 3 days. And then this morning I meditated probably for an hour straight, where I like didn't want to, I was deep in it and I could end it now, but it's like I feel so like calm and still that I just want to like hold on to it. So I did it for like an hour.
Were you just laying down?
No, I go into my living room and I basically sit on the couch and I sit as comfortably upright as possible.
Yeah.
And I put my hands like this or like that, and I put it over my belly and I just sit straight up. And what I do is I start by breathing in and out and just getting the warm up, which is to me is just breathing for a couple minutes, focusing on the breath, focusing on the exhale, and just getting calm. And then what I'll typically do is I'll do any number of things. I'll fucking box breathe, which is like, you know, I'll inhale, hold my breath, exhale, hold my breath. And the holds can be 5 seconds. I like to do 10 to 20 seconds. And I do that for like 20 breaths, and that'll take like, you know, 20, 30 minutes if you're going slow enough. And then maybe I'll be like, after that, all right, let me do 30 deep breaths just in a row. And then I'll do that. And then maybe I'll do more box breathing. It's like whatever you want to do, but just focusing and counting your breaths for basically 30, 40 minutes. And it literally is like a drug. It works like magic.
Really?
Yeah. It completely calms me down. It centers me. It harmonizes me. I feel completely still, completely relaxed. And it kind of makes you feel like, well, it gives you more perspective, because it's like, okay, well, I go through because, you know, like, especially with what you've been through recently, Max, like, you know, and I've been through shit too, where it's like, you'll just fixate on something. You'll just be like, all right, my brain's just going to be anxious about this, even though I consciously know I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And you'll just let your brain go all day doing that. And this is like hitting the restart button on a computer. It like completely resets your brain. And it basically stops that cyclical fixation in its tracks. And so, you know, for me, it was just, I don't want to be as stressed. I don't want to have my brain obsessing over random things and feeding into ideas that are in my head. And yeah, it's really worked quite well. And I've done it every day, even including this morning since Tuesday. So it gives you that perspective that's like, I'm not really my emotions. Like, because if something can just go away with some breathing, then how real is that? You know what I mean? Like, if a fucking feeling you have, a stress you have, a bad perspective that you might have, how intense is that really if you can just breathe for 30 minutes and you feel completely reset, you know? So it gives you some perspective on that shit, you know?
See, it sucks for me because I'm just like naturally fidgety, you know? It's hard for me to like sit completely still, like without like, you know, get like a fucking tingle on my foot or some bullshit, you know? And like it'll distract me from, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you're going to be perfect at all the time or each time or the first time or whatever.
Yeah.
The point is that if thoughts come into your mind, you don't fight them. You just observe it, notice it, take it for what it is, and then just recenter your focus back to the breathing. And if something itches or if I need to like adjust how I'm sitting or how my hands are placed, I'll just do it while I'm in the meditation. I'll just do it to make myself be able to focus even more. You know, if something's like really itchy, but you'll find that the deeper into the meditation you get, the less inclined you are to respond to those stimuli. Like I was meditating earlier this week and I was on my bed and my legs were locked up in a certain way that blood flow was getting cut off to one of my legs. And I didn't even really notice it because when I came out of the meditation, my leg was dead as fuck. So it's like
stood up and just fell over.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, if you have the discipline and the focus to be able to work out, you can do this. Absolutely. And it has a lot of benefits. It's literally good for your body also. Like it apparently improves your immune system doing this.
Oxygenating yourself.
Yeah, but also just the mental aspect of it. Your mind and your body are so connected. If you're stressed, you're going to get sick easier, etc. So yeah, man, it's pretty fucking cool. I think it's something I'm definitely going to do just about every day. Because I'm just enjoying the hell out of it, honestly. Like you're almost like laughing. You're almost smiling and laughing because you feel so at peace. You feel so calm and shit.
Yeah,
not how Max is looking right now. Max doesn't look calm.
Drugs are cool.
Huh?
Max doesn't look calm right now. He's like, it's the opposite of that.
I just got fucking distracted a little bit. I am calm though. I'm quite calm.
But it also improves that. It improves focus. Like it makes it. I was working and it was like I wasn't checking my phone after every call. I wasn't tabbing out Twitter constantly checking. Like I was able to focus a lot easier. So it calms you, but it also focuses you. I mean, it's like it's something that only like drugs can do, but it's a healthier version of that.
It's free too.
And it's like, over time, if you do that shit every day, you're just naturally going to be able to chill out easier.
Do it without having the breathing, the whole like 30 minutes of it, you mean?
No, I mean like just in your day to day, if something comes to you, you won't be so like,
that's what I'm
reactive.
saying. You have that mindset. You won't need to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
you'll just constantly kind of have it.
Yeah, I mean a little bit.
Got you.
But I'm probably going to do it every day. It helps to do it in the morning. When you wake up, that's when you're most aware. The moment you wake up is when you're most aware. So that's why it's best to meditate in the morning, because you'll be most aware of everything and you'll be most in sync and in harmony with everything if you meditate in the morning. So I recommend it to anyone listening.
The human like brain is most active from like 7 to 9 a.m. and p.m.
Interesting.
That's why you feel so tired at like 2 and 3 p.m., middle of the day, and then at the middle of the night,
Well, that's why I was meditating after lunch some of these days, because it was just like I'd eat and then I'd feel sluggish, or I'd trigger myself somehow worrying about something. I'm realizing too that I'm like very easily triggered, and it's like it's when I get put into a state of trigger that I need to do it. And what I mean by that is like when my brain finds something to fixate on, that's when I'm in a state of trigger, is when like, I'll have some scenario in my head, like, what if this happens or something? And my brain will just focus on that. And this helps kind of stop that in its tracks. So part of me is like, damn, why do I must be pretty stressed if I have to meditate all the time. But it's also like good, it's like, that's kind of a gift, because if like I wasn't stressed, then I would just be like idly just doing whatever bullshit without having to address, the way my brain receives information. So I recommend any of y'all listening to try it out. What I do is I start just sit upright, put your hands at your belly and breathe. I just breathe through my nose. I only breathe through my nose. So breathe in, breathe out. Do that for like, 30 to 50 breaths, and just focus on the exhale, the natural rise and fall of your breath. And do that, even count them for 30 or 50 breaths. And then I usually move into a hold pattern or something like that, where I hold my breath every third breath, or maybe every breath I hold it for 10 seconds and then exhale and then hold for 10 seconds. That's called box breathing, apparently. You can also do like, all right, I'm going to take 30 deep breaths and then in and out, back to back to back to back, Wim Hof style for like 30 breaths and count them. The counting of the breaths and holding of the breath is what has helped me the most. Is like if you count, that makes you focus on the breath, and the holding like is the most tranquil part of it, because when you've been breathing for like 40 straight breaths through your nose deep, and then you go and hold it, and you just take that moment to hold it for 60, sometimes I'd even do 90 seconds.
Holy shit. Yeah.
And you just hold your breath and you just take in everything. You scan everything, everything you hear, everything you feel, everything you think. You just observe it. You just notice it. You don't judge it. You don't apply a label to it. And I live in fucking Brooklyn, man. There's trains going by. There's construction. There's cars honking. There's music. There's people walking around. I have neighbors. And when I'm in this state, man, it doesn't sound like noise. It's not like someone banging on the door while you're trying to like take a shit. It's not like intrusive. It's just there. It's literally just there. And the breath holding moment is when I'm like, oh, this rules. Like that's when I feel the most at peace. So what I'll do too.
Oatmeal ropes. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. And so for me, like sometimes I won't even count it. I'll just be like, I'm just gonna breathe and I'll hold it if I feel like it. And I'll hold it for as long as I feel. It's just like you can just kind of play, just have fun with it. But
freestyle.
But exactly, you're freestyle
breathing.
So watch me freestyle breathe right now.
Freestyle breathe.
So like, but yeah, man, it's like just enjoy it, and you'll find that once you get to that moment where you're actually feeling calm, you almost might smile. You'll feel happy and you'll not want to stop. Like this morning, I meditated for basically an hour straight. Sheesh. And I knew, 40 minutes into it that I could fucking, and some people might be like, well, you're not really deeply meditating. You're not quite as focused as you could be, blah, blah, blah. But to me, it's like, hey, if I'm getting something out of it, then I don't give a fuck. If it's because I can't focus very much that I'm doing 40 to 60 minutes of meditating, then so fucking be it. As I get more experienced, I'm sure I can get to that point quicker. But I mean, I'll get to a point where I'm like, this feels so good, I don't want to break out of it. Why would I break out of perfect stillness and harmony? Like, why would I break out of that? And it's beautiful because in the morning, the light's coming in through the window of my living room. I hear the birds chirping. I hear like traffic in the distance. The train comes by, and it doesn't, like I said, it's not like disruptive. The train almost, it sounds like a herd of fucking like horses coming by, and then it slowly drifts into the, like you can hear it coming, and then it gets loud, and then it goes away, and it's almost like this beautiful, wave of sound, and it's just, yeah, man. It's like, imagine trying to stop me when I just have perfect zen, just perfect. You know what I mean? You can't stop someone who's perfectly zen when they're just completely centered in their shit. Mm-hmm. So I highly recommend it. Max, can you tell us about what it's like being 27?
It feels wholly different. No, I'm just kidding.
Wholly different.
No, it's chilling.
Did you do anything for your birthday?
I did actually, through serendipitous happenstance.
Okay.
I saw one of my favorite bands on my birthday, which was neat.
Was it Vane?
It was Vane.
Dude, I guessed that. I didn't even know you saw them.
Yeah. No, I saw Vane on my birthday.
You better congratulate.
And
he's all there every day,
bro. Look at that.
Holy shit, Tony! Yo, shut up.
It's fucking hot as shit in here.
Holy fuck, Jesus. Dude, motherfuckers! Look at.
It might be because I didn't dry off.
Tony, show Max again.
I think it's because I didn't dry off enough from the shower.
That's like a Nickelodeon sitcom, like fucking.
I took a shower right, I took a shower right before this. I think I just didn't dry off quick enough.
God damn,
dude, you need to figure it out.
Well, you got a Vane tea?
No, I actually
Vainting?
went through. I did my favorite thing, which is I showed up for literally the one band I wanted to see. So I was in that venue for literally less than an hour. Magic. But this band
When you went to go see
Scowl-
Vane.
Yeah. So I literally
Gotcha.
walked in as they were setting up. I was like, perfect. And they played for 30 minutes. I was like, sick. Bye.
Very
But
nice.
the first band that played is called Scowl, so I copped a shirt. But like,
Wow,
check out the
that's
back.
fire.
The back is the fire one. It's fucking
Wow.
whatever the flat spit. I don't know
Flat
what. I don't know what.
Flat
I don't know what that is. Or spit. Oh, it is spot. Okay.
Spout.
Sick
Flat
shirt.
spouts.
Flat spout.
We call that type of sink a flat spout. And that's sort of an artsy modern design where the water comes out of a flat spout.
See modern design. But yeah, I should have fucking copped a shirt at the show last night. I worked Knocked Loose with Movements,
Kanaka loose.
Kubla Khan, and who opened? Some other band called Koyo, who's like a new band.
Not loose.
And I got to mix the first three bands, and I had a
Nice.
great time.
That's awesome. Did
Yeah,
any of
those
your
are-
family or friends purchase a gift for you, perhaps?
I just got some cash here and there. You know, I didn't
Oh,
really.
nice.
Gauge.
Yeah, I didn't really have any gifts in mind.
Gauge.
A little bit of gauge.
That's cool.
No, but like, remember how last week I had like a hell week of like sold out shit,
Mhm.
and it was just like a nightmare. This show last night was like over capacity. I think like we had 1,000 tickets sold, and there were probably about almost 1,200 people in the building.
Damn.
Easiest show I've worked in like a year. Like it was, yeah, it was fucked up. It was crazy.
Because
And
people
they-
weren't dumb as shit.
No, like not a single band complained about a single thing. Like the fucking headline, it was sick. The headliner Knocked Loose. They had fucking 4-foot risers that had like these video panels in front of them, and the drummer was like so high up. They had like
How
this
high?
huge wall of 4 feet. And then,
Gotcha.
and then this that huge wall of amps that were like up on the same level as him.
That's sick.
With like these light towers on either side of the video wall. It was crazy.
God damn.
but
Red
it
Flag's
left,
such a
like-
different animal. Like, it's such a bigger venue.
Oh yeah. And it was funny because it left like 6-7 feet of stage, like depth wise. And usually like when that happens, like the opening bands are just super bitchy about it. They're always just like, God, this is, I mean, how do we really, it sounds like whoever built this place didn't expect bands to actually play here. Have they ever seen a rock band? And it's just like,
Jeez.
we got none of that. Everyone was like, huh, tight fit. All right, cool. It's just like,
Right.
it's like, hey, wow, you guys like, hold on, wait. You mean you guys actually know what it's like to like play small venues and then work your way up to the bigger ones? Crazy.
It's also like you're playing music for
a
money.
living.
So just take the
Right.
goddamn money. Who cares if an amp is, you got to squeeze it through something? Like, who
Yeah,
the fuck
exactly.
cares?
It's like, I don't have a lot of space to move around. It's like, well, if you got to move
Then
around
don't move
like
around.
a dumbass to have a good show, then your music is probably
like-
ass.
You're going to make thousands of dollars. So maybe just relax.
Yeah. So maybe just, you're playing for 1,000 people right now. So maybe just kind of chill about it.
That's the thing I realized about live shows, about what kind of cut people get. Even just like a 200 cap at $20, the type of cut you get from that, how much money, especially if it's
Yeah.
not that many people.
And if
I
you're
mean,
the
it's just
headliner,
like, and if you're right,
and you're
it's
selling
like
merch.
right, and it's just like, bro, who cares if you even sound good? Just just get in there and play and get your money. Like the fuck, like who
Right.
really cares? Who really cares if people in St. Louis, you know, what they think of fucking the sound that's coming out of, you know, it's like,
No, for real.
play the fucking show, and if it sounds good to you, that, you know, if you can
it's
hear it
always
and
the-
play it, that's all you need.
No, and the thing that's crazy to me is it's always the people that don't set their own shit up. Because it's like, this was a sold out show. These guys probably got paid 10 grand. The headliner was probably getting paid about 10 grand. If not, you know, in that ballpark. They set their own shit up. It's just like, cool. You just decided to not pay someone fucking $200, $300 a day to be your fucking roadie. And instead, you decided, you know what? Instead of being a lazy sack of shit and just sitting on my bus and watching people set my own shit up, I'm gonna actually just make some more money by doing it myself.
Right.
Because guess what? You get to play for an hour and then you go sleep on a bus. Sounds like you're going to be pretty well rested to do your own goddamn work.
Literally.
But yeah, that's my viewpoint on it. Anyway,
Literally.
you're not that big of a rock star, folks. It's like,
Let me tell you something. By the way, that clip you sent me this morning where the MLB used my sound in the TikTok.
The MLB?
Yeah, the MLB.
for the Cardinals.
For a Cardinals highlight.
Yeah.
What sound?
You can't do what I
the-
do.
Yeah. That's my most
Really?
viewed and liked TikTok. That has 840,000 likes now.
Yeah. It's almost
That's
a million.
insane.
Absurd. Yeah.
And like MLB
Holy
posted
shit.
that yesterday.
4 million views, that TikTok.
Dude,
Like
I
when I
gotta see
sent it
that.
to-
The Cardinals posted that?
No, the MLB.
MLB
did.
posted it, but
On
it was
TikTok.
a Cardinals highlight.
Yeah.
And 6,000 people have used the sound.
Because when I sent it to you, they had posted
this
that like
one.
8 hours prior.
They used that.
Yeah.
I was like, look
100
at this. Now look at that.
You can't do what I do.
It's crazy. My dad thinks that's like the most genius thing ever. And I'm like, I really appreciate that. I have no idea why it blew up that hard, to be honest.
because it's so
So broad.
yeah, it's literally so broad. It's like you did it with that purpose, and
Right.
that just kind of proves that kind of shit is just like you can just fart it out if you're actually funny.
Right.
Whereas people like
Dude. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I know,
This
it's
is pretty
crazy,
funny.
right? It's pretty crazy.
That's insane. I'm sorry. Sorry, did not mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's just funny.
I'm trying to
because-
see number 3. If number 3 has any traction, I don't think so. It's only got the third one I made only has 300 videos and 40K likes.
small
fine,
business talk.
But yeah,
I think
it's getting diminishing returns on this free
Yeah.
sounds thing. But
Because I think
Whatever.
that's I mean, it just depends because that first one was just like, yeah, like
oh, yeah,
fucking.
it was made
Anyone,
for.
anyone who runs a small business is going to eat that shit up because they're just like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I do a very unique and special thing. It's like, you
Right.
can't do this. And it's just like someone like making wire sculptures of like cat assholes. And it's just like, all right.
Right.
Like,
Literally true.
okay, no one does what you do because no one wants to. That's,
Yeah, I
I think
think
it's
the
like
most- Go
it's
ahead.
like any other kind of sort of series you've done, like when you did the pitches, the song pitches, you know,
Right.
like Blur and that, you know, it's like you can't do too many of them or else it
Right.
just becomes oversaturated and maybe
This,
in 10 years you bring it back.
but also if it's funny,
10
it's
years?
funny.
This was the one that used the sound that I think got the most likes, and it was like
Oh yeah.
this woman making like clay
Dance potters.
pant vase shit, which is fire. Honestly, I kind of want one.
No, they're cool. Yeah, those are. I like that.
It's fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Honestly,
The cargoes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's that kind of shit that's sick. It's just like when someone
Yeah.
is like making like a bad plate of food, and then it's just like, all right, well,
Yeah, or they're doing art that's like a trace of a photograph with like some primary colors splattered on it to make it look like a fucking Banksy or some shit. And they're like, you can't do what I do. And it's like everyone
everyone can actually.
everyone can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do what you do.
I'm gonna go grab my D8, but
Oh, that's crazy. You said that.
we should get into some video games or something. 1 second.
Yeah.
big.
Well, you already know what kind of time I'm on.
So I actually have not watched Moon Nut yet, but I'm going to watch episodes 1 and 2.
That's
Talk about
right.
it next
Moon
week.
Nut.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Did you peep
Nope.
those or did you peep that? No? Okay.
No,
Make sure
I-
to peep that just so we can discuss it, you know?
I
you
literally.
don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I should. I just haven't been watching shit lately. Like any amount
Me
of
neither.
free time I've had, I've just been playing Elden Ring.
Sure.
And right now I'm stuck on like just this shit boss. Like,
Mm.
yeah, I feel gypped because like it's the boss right before my next main story boss,
Mm.
and like a lot of people that I've asked about it are just like, oh yeah, I
Skip 'em.
skipped that one, and it's just like.
Mm.
how? They're like, I think I just got there early and it wasn't there. I'm like, well, what the fuck, man? Like, why do I have to deal with this bullshit? Because I look it up and everyone's just like, yeah, this is such a bullshit boss. Like the boss after it is like a cakewalk in comparison. I'm like, cool. Because it's just it's two mini bosses in one arena, which is like way more annoying than one major boss in one arena. Yeah.
Major boss.
So
you're still enjoying Elden Ring? Are you still progressing through it?
Oh, yeah, I'm stuck right now, but I can feel it. I can feel it coming.
I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. I'm sorry.
It's just kind of bullshit. All right, well, now I've got to wait for Tony to get back before I go take a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all always got a shit.
Hey, man, I wake up, I drink my coffee, I gotta fucking take a dump. Sue me.
True. No, you can definitely go shit when he gets back.
Sue me.
I mean, you could go shit now if you want. I'll hold it down.
No, brother. I'll stick it out.
I can talk about some shit.
Talk about God.
What have you been
playing?
I've been playing GTA. When I have been playing anything, I've been playing a lot. I haven't been playing a lot this week, but I've been playing some GTA 5, which I never completed like in the 10 years it's been out. So it's been fun kind of like getting towards the end of that game. Yeah, it's fun. It's bullshit in the sense that like it's just so unrealistic. It gets so unrealistic at a certain point.
Oh, 100%.
But it's cool, and it's just a solidly made game. I love playing it, like just running people over and shooting them and fucking driving and doing all kinds of stuff in GTA 5.
What do you mean it's almost over? Or what do you or almost done 5. After 10 years? Oh, you're with the story.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the game was like there was a sequel coming out or something. I don't know. Or like
well now they're rolling out like a fucking subscription to play the game. For GTA 5 Online. They're coming out with like a separate subscription, even though PlayStation you already pay for an online subscription.
Well, I mean, makes sense though. That's where games are going, to just perpetual games rather than like.
It sounds like they are working on GTA 6 though.
Yeah, but it'll be just like I don't know, like an upgrade to GTA 5, you know? I don't know, maybe not.
Nah, it'll be the
completely
graphic.
New.
Yeah, they wouldn't put out a whole new installment unless it was like, Red Dead, where that's like a completely new game. And maybe there's some shared mechanics and assets like in every GTA or every game, really. But no, if they make a new GTA, it'll be a whole fucking big deal. Red Dead, it's like that game came out in 2010 and then the second one came out in 2019. So it's like
2019?
Yeah, that's when Red Dead 2 came out. Yeah. You don't remember?
I thought it came out in like maybe 17, 16.
Ooh. Red Dead 2? Oh.
Yeah.
That was like a late PS4 game. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. Red Dead 2 is phenomenal. It's on the PC also.
Yeah.
So you can just play with a controller on the PC. Easy.
I should try it.
Easy fucking peasy, mate.
I've watched like gameplay, just like scrolling through Facebook, and there'll be someone streaming, and it's literally just them like running away from like a tiger, and they'll have like a bow, and they'll be just like you trying to shoot it, and it'll it's just like 500 people watching. I'm just like
okay, yeah. Try to beat the tiger in Red Dead.
It's like there was like two of them, and he kills one, and then the other one just keeps. He's like a giant, like fat dude, and then he like throws axes at them. Or like, oh, he was running from an alligator one time. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, there's like legendary animals that you can hunt. There's a bunch of challenges I still have left in the game that I could still, complete. But I finally finished Red Dead 2. I probably mentioned that on the pod recently.
You did.
And that game's just amazing and huge too. It's enormous. There's still parts of that game I haven't even discovered yet. So
wow.
There's plenty to do there.
Oh yeah, GTA.
And GTA 5. I mean, just those 2 games alone, like you could have no other games and just have so much replayability with just those 2.
100%. Tell me what you were saying about what you were thinking about coming back to.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about it. It would have to be down the line because I'm going to have to be editing a lot of clips for Jaded soon. So I need the space on my computer, but I would maybe give Warzone another shot. I mean, it's a fun game. It's just, it feels like it fucking damages my computer when I play it, and it fucking
Makes me feel physically ill.
yeah. Hold on one second.
All right, it's
I
just
gotta
me
open
now.
up the other door. Oh, and then we're on Warzone.
The update to Rebirth is pretty sick. Like,
Yeah.
they added a lot of stuff to Rebirth Island, and it's making it feel kind of fresh. So I like that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is last time I played it, you know, I consistently maybe got 60, 70 frames playing it, and then it would hitch all the time, and then there would be connectivity issues and fucking texture popping issues. It's just a janky ass game. So if I can re-download it and it plays better, I would be, you know, maybe interested. But
Give it a shot.
yeah, maybe. It's just like it's 180 fucking gigs, and I only have like 150 left on my hard drive anyway. So I'd have to delete some games.
Gotta get another hard drive.
I mean, can you just put another hard drive in your computer?
Yeah.
I think there's only one spot for a. Maybe I'd have to
No.
ask.
You should be
Match.
able to. I bet you have at least two more
Maybe.
spots. You probably have a
Maybe.
C drive where the operating system's on, and then like a D drive for like that's like your storage, right? I would think you would have.
Maybe. Could ask Max,
Either way,
but-
I think you should be able to expand.
Yeah. But for now, before I do that, I'm trying to conserve it so I can, you know, keep
Right.
saving Woke and Boke footage and jaded footage and shit like that. And have it
Absolutely.
local. But yeah. I would maybe play. I mean, I'm decent at the game too, so it's like I would have fun with it.
It's fun to go off on fools. Like, I don't know. It's just like really satisfying, like doofing on some kid, you know, just like, you know, outmaneuvering them and,
Oh yeah.
you know, clapping in a whole team. It's embarrassing.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I
but yeah.
downloaded a Master Chief Collection too, so we can grip that campaign if you want.
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
That co-op. Yeah.
That co-op. Have you listened to the new Yeet songs at all?
There's new?
Yeah, he released a deluxe of Two Alive.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it already
Yeah.
like 22 songs? Something like that?
Let me see what the original track list was lengthwise.
That's nuts.
Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 songs on the original album, and this one adds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more songs. So
Wow.
29 songs, 29 song album now.
How are they now?
They're pretty good. I think they're all worthy additions to the album. Dub is a song that that's the hey, where the problem at? I'm speeding on the perks like I'm a laundromat. That song's on the album now. There's 2 Uzi songs. And then there's 6 other songs. So
Is one of them the one that was in that TikTok where it was like when Yeet said, you know, and the guy was like, I don't know. You sent it to us. You remember what I'm
I have
talking about?
no idea. I can't remember everything.
It was just an insane like 2 bars by Yeet where it was just non.
Oh
just,
yeah,
just
I think that was. I think that might have been on a song that's already been released. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Gotcha. That clip sent me though. That was really
yeah,
fun.
there's a song with Lancey Foo that's pretty good. All of them are good. I mean, he's in his moment right now, so
Yeah.
it's enjoyable. But yeah, check that out. It's called
He's in
Geek,
his
the
moment
Geek
right
Pack. It's called that Geek Pack.
The Geek Pack.
He's yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he's like if he does the same like thing as DaBaby, where like
Mhm.
he's just so popular.
I can
this
see
year
that happening.
That yeah, in
I
2
can see
years,
him
it's
not
like,
really switching up anything,
Mhm.
which is fine.
Yeah, he already
But we'll
like,
see. you
made
know?
it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like all of his shows are sold out.
Yeah,
He's got Gunna and Lil Uzi Vert and Young Thug doing features for him. He's already gone. I mean, he's out of here. And
I saw a vid.
you don't hear Playboy Cardi on fucking TikTok anymore. It's just only Yeet. I've said this before.
Mhm.
It's just Yeet. He just like replaced Playboy Cardi on TikTok, basically. It's crazy.
Hopefully, it pushes Playboy Cardi to
Playboy
step
Cardi.
it up.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I mean,
But-
Cardi needs to realize that die lit sound. If he was able to combine that with the whole lot of red sound and get Pierre more involved, then that's what we'd really want. Because in my opinion, Pierre still makes the best Cardi tracks. So, but that guy who did Long Time and how the fuck we got to where we started,
Yeah.
like those songs, that guy's really good too. I forget that guy's name, but
Whoever did most of the beats on Trip at Night too, Trippy Red.
yeah,
How about a the MP5?
MP5 Jet to Dubai. But yeah, that song
Fire.
Dub is the one that has that. I'll stab you in your back if I don't fuck with you, like Ricky. It's got that one in it. And that song it's on just Too Alive, the regular album, but you not been smoking no gas, not been smoking no rinse. That song.
What does that even mean?
Ain't gonna tell you twice, ain't gonna tell you once. Rolling on J, rolling on J, rolling on D Molly. That's the thing about Yeat's songs, man, is you might think they're mid when you first listen to them. And it's like, that's how they all are. They all sound like mid until you give them, a couple listens and then
Context.
suddenly they
Until you
hook your
understand
ear.
that
They're in
sound.
your ear. They're an earworm. So, yeah. Y'all watch any movies recently at all? Actually, you know what? Do you guys want to? We got some email questions.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we could answer those. I'll start with the one from someone who hasn't emailed us like 5 times. No disrespect to Zachary, but we've gotten a lot of emails from Zachary before. But this is a
Don't
new
discourage
one.
the boy.
No, never. We always love him. This one comes from Will. I'm sight reading these, so if these are crazy, I don't know. The subject line is semen, though, so
Cool.
that should give you
Cool. Good start.
like Australian salmon.
That's exactly right. Which, by the way, I saw someone make on TikTok air fried salmon, and that shit looked fire.
Yeah. Dude, I had air fried salmon burgers last night. Oh my god.
Oh my god. This comes from Will. What up, fellas? Writing this email at 1:45 a.m. because I'm great at managing a sleep schedule. Anyways, I've been meaning to write y'all for ages now. My best friend showed me the pod about a year ago, and it's honestly been my go-to vibe at work or commuting, and it's high-key helped me through some shit. Just always having the chill-ass vibe to count on every week has helped a fuck ton with anxiety, so shout out y'all. That's rad. That is what
Hell
this
yeah,
show is
dude.
for. That is entirely what this show is for. For us and for y'all, it's just to chill. Just to fucking
out.
chill. Hang out.
Kick it.
He said, I literally almost swerved off the road driving to work today because I was laughing so damn hard at Connor going, my name's Winston and I've been eating semen rather my whole life. Shit was actually so incredible. Anyways, keep up the pod. It's an absolute godsend when in times when I'm not really feeling it. You guys rule. Just thought you should know. Peace. Stay boked. Will. P.S. I'm fully prepared to purchase an entire Gripple Stevens graphic novel series. Get on that shit, Tony. Need that full origin story ASAP, you feel? The Grippleverse or some shit, I don't know. That's a real fan right there. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
Very
Fantastic. Thank
Very
you, Will.
neat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but that's part of the reason I do this show is because it helps with the anxiety. It's nice to have something to look forward to and chill.
Yeah, if it helps even like one person, then it's worth the time to do anyways,
Yeah. And I know we got a lot of Bokers out there that are listening and they're enjoying it and shit.
It's facts.
And don't be shy. I mean, write in an email, welcomebokepodcast@gmail.com. We'll respond to all of them. I think we've read every email we've ever gotten. So, and if you send it in between, now when you're listening to it and when the next one drops, we'll definitely, like if you're listening to this on Monday, if you send it before next Saturday, we'll definitely read it on the show.
Yeah.
Because nowadays I just like reading them every episode. I don't mind not saving them, I guess I'm saying. So thank you, Will. We appreciate that. and hope you continue to enjoy and chill with us.
I was telling Max about my ideas for the Grippleverse. I'll have to run that.
We're gonna have to do that off air for sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's way too much to go into right now.
Way too many ideas. Way too many,
but it's nuts.
This comes from Zachary again. This is an email, no subject, but yo, so what up, guys? I was just curious on how important a really well-composed soundtrack is to creating a really good movie, as you are all great fans of music and film. Of course, the film is a huge part of the production, but the music always seems to be neglected when I hear a lot of conversations around this subject. Love the pod, Zach. I mean, in my opinion, to me,
it can make the movie for me.
It can make the movie, but also it can also get in the way of the movie. I was talking to George. I think two scenes that never need music are chase driving scenes. When you have the sound of cars, that's cinematic enough. I don't think you need music later on top of that. That was part of my problem with Mad Max Fury Road, is there was so much music over the driving sequences. Yeah. Whereas in Road Warrior,
they're banging on the
war drums. You had to. You had to do it. But there's war drums in the story, so you have to have it.
You're wrong.
Driving sequences and like fighting sequences, like hand fight sequences, like kung fu or whatever, don't need music. They just need sound effects to be engaging in cinematic. It's like the pod racing scene in Star Wars. For the beginning of that, it's all up in the air until there's no music, until it gets drastic at the end and it gets dramatic and suspenseful. Then the music kicks in. It's like dun, 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 dun. So,
fire soundtrack.
Yeah,
so
it's like for the first like 40, 50, 60, 70% of the scene. And then it's like when it's just Sebulba and him on the last lap, that's when the music comes in. It's Sebulba!
That soundtrack is, I mean, it can like, the soundtrack of a movie is like, I don't know, the more I've grown, the more like that becomes very important to me, Or like the more I like appreciate it, I guess,
And there's some directors like Bresson that like don't use music until like very pivotal parts, or maybe at the end, or like once in the whole movie. It'll be just diegetic sound, just background noises, people talking, environment, atmosphere. So there's ways to use it sparingly, but I agree. Like probably this question somewhat inspired by the Batman movie, which is definitely elevated by that awesome score. But I'd say the movie is just as good as the score. I mean, everything about it is pretty slick shit.
Pretty slick shit.
But yeah, no, I agree.
Like an example of something besides the prequels that had a great score but weren't a good movie, but like the score makes it like.
That's a tough one. I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah, because I was going to say that about those, but there's so much else to those movies too, like that we were talking about. I don't remember if we were talking about it on the pod.
I mean, there's some Hans Zimmer scores that are pretty dope that are like on movies that kind of suck. Like, I don't know. Some of the DC movies have good music, but it's like just mid fucking.
Wonder Woman's that score they came up with for her is pretty like unique. Yeah,
it's cool. The first Wonder Woman film is not bad. I didn't watch the second one, but
I thought it was like I don't know, people like made it out to be more than it was, but it's definitely one of the more enjoyable DC ones.
Yeah,
it's not saying a lot though.
But yeah, that's very, very true. Very true.
Maybe the 5th best DC movie.
Very true.
Oh, good.
But yeah, before we end things though, Tony, do you want to tell us about Moon Knight? You watched that?
Oh, no, I haven't yet. I'm going to watch. Okay. I was talking to Max about it. I called it Moon Nut, and I couldn't tell if you knew, like you didn't know what Moon Knight was, and like you legitimately thought it was called Moon Nut, but it sent me.
So
you knew about Moon Knight?
No, I legitimately thought it was called Moon Nut.
Oh, okay. That's why I was.
It should be called
so
that.
Hard.
I mean,
it should be.
His costume looks like nut, So you know,
He kind of does.
Yeah,
like he's just
exactly.
Like
made of
scrotum.
he's semen man.
No, yeah, I'm gonna watch the first episode, and the second episode will be out before next episode, so we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you also
Hopefully
got to
it's-
watch the Halo show
Okay.
because I think that's out now.
It is, yeah. At least 2 episodes are.
I
So I'll
saw a
watch it.
clip for like just a very short clip from one of them where it was an action sequence, and right at the end of the sequence, like they use a plasma pistol, and at the end of the sequence, the Spartan throws the pistol on the ground, and it's just completely unpainted. It's just like a beige model that they forgot to
Dude.
paint.
Wow.
Yeah, shit's crazy. I don't know if they were doing that in After Effects or whatever, but shit was pretty funny.
Cool for that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super stoked on watching that, but I am gonna peep it since it's Halo, and I'm loyal to that IP.
I'm loyal to the Halo IP.
Loyal to
Spartans, I'm not joking around. Halo's Silver Team has 1 spot left. What is your super cool badass Halo trivia? Oh, and make sure to stream Halo on Paramount Plus.
Make sure of it.
Put that on my story, but
Yeah, no,
Um,
that was good stuff. It was good stuff.
But anyways, we appreciate y'all listening. It's always fun to do these. You know, if you're listening, consider subscribing on YouTube. Consider following us on, you know, at Welcome Boke Pod, which is our Twitter, at Welcome Boke Podcast, our Instagram. Send us your questions. We'd really appreciate it at Welcome Boke Pod, or Welcome Boke Podcast at gmail.com. Love getting some fucking emails. And y'all just generally have a good week. We really appreciate it.
Please.
Please do.
Please.
This is Welcome Boke, motherfuckers. Peace the motherfuck out.
Bow, 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 bow.